During this particular period also, again, I read it constantly. Then you had your man, this diabolical neo John Hawkins, this dude Hoover, who ran the FBI for quite some time, right? So he went from looking from Al Capone to we need to find the Black Messiah and let's murder this dude. In another movie, right? Judas and the Black Messiah. That was a movie about the Black Panther and that organization, but that whole thing, but the whole idea of that movie was let's find who the Messiahs are going to be, right? So you look, look into Panthers and portray that because we don't want that, man, because that's counter us, right? That's waking people up. That's not our job. We want you to continue to keep, shoveling your feet. The Nation of Islam, scared of that one, right? Right? Why? Because he did what Garvey did. He galvanized people, and they locked things down. Listen, laughed at Allah first because he was a handful only, right? He leaves the mosque in '64, right? During the eye of Malcolm, Martin, all them around.
And Kennedy.
Right. Well, yeah, Kennedy too. But no, Kennedy was president. We're talking about the black leaders. So, what happens is, so when they start to see the momentum of the 5%, right? Because again, like all things, you label it, or they're a gang, or they're insignificant, whatever. Until they murdered King, right? And there was a host of other things, but one of the greatest highlight moments, one of them, was the peaceful march. We have the picture out here where the 5% leading the march here in Harlem, right? Not talked about. It's recorded in history, but like Divine Prince said, I'm gonna downplay that because I don't want you to know the gravity and the profound movement of that. You know what I mean? Because the last thing was, because our universal language is
mathematics.
And what's our reading?
Peace.
Right. That's the peace, man. We say peace, man. And when we greet the ignorant, we greet them in peace. Right? So he came in this manner. Right? So listen, yo, son, come on. Get everybody together. Because if we don't assist in this peaceful march, they're going to burn Harlem down. And we're going back to the bill because I don't lack the knowledge or the strength to take it anywhere else. Because your fight is coming from downtown up here. That's where that's coming from. They eating filet mignon and living, high on beef. I'm gonna use the word hog, right? While you suffered, still, right? I lost the whole premise of the 5%. Education. One that will enable you to be self-sufficient. By self-sufficient, yes, he got this school primarily for the purpose of us making ourselves marketable and us being aware, right? Because the root word of education means to bring out. So we want to bring out of our men and women, the knowledge and wisdom of who they are, right? So they said, okay, man, Allah wasn't about that. You'll hear tapes. Listen, so a lot of people misinterpret it. We had a nice class about that. I think you was there, when our younger 5% in the 60s, it's on YouTube. They're saying, yeah, man, at first I was listening, I was like, what? Yeah. He said, the government is right and exact. They know what they doing, and we know what we doing. So at first I'm like, man, wow, that sounds, what? They right and exact. But I get it, they are right and exact. But not right and exact in the sense that, they doing what they doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We know what they do, but our focus is who the 5% are. But we're not here. See, the Asiatic means everyone here, the queen, we're the natural landlords. We cheat with the fathers and mothers of civilization. So I don't need to go back to Africa. If I did leave, where are you going? Because you have no home. Right? However, Allah being all wise understood, yo son, you get nothing, man, because you get no question, you can be angry, right? But when you are not focused, right, you cause all kinds of destruction and mayhem, right? You have to, boom. That's why old saying the 5% is truth out of season won't be successful, right? I mean, truth is never consistent, but there are things because what's true today may not always be true tomorrow. You know what I mean? So your knowledge enables you to do what you need to do here, right? So they say, okay, because was it Burt Roberts told the law, so when you could be a lawman, you could be God in Manhattan, and you could be hard in Brooklyn, but you come to the Bronx with that, man, I'm gonna lock you all up. This thing don't stop, right? Killed Martin Luther King, he was 36. Malcolm was in his 30s. 1969, June 13th, at 4 p.m., you shot and assassinated Allah, and he was 41. These were young men. This man was 30-something years old when he first came, so he was young. He was a whippersnapper with this knowledge teaching who we are, right? During the time, you had a plethora of men, like Brian Pitts was saying, all these organizations. We had, and not to lose sight, you had men, I forgot the brother's name, the brother who just brung to the parliament.
Professor James Small.
Yeah. He said, man, me and Allah, we were in a fight together. We were there. Like this. Don't make no mistake, this ain't no schism here. He understood the purpose, and we understood the purpose here also. Just that, again, this is my ship, that's your ship. But the idea is the same. Right? I kind of learned that also from a Christian who taught me to read a book, the same Reverend who I fast forward later when I was educated. Remember I told you I walked into his church when I was a kid. Hey, the black man is God. But then later on, he teaches me about the black presence in the Bible. Right. And then how the church was introduced and what the church did. Like, I hear what you're saying. I was like baffled when he hit me. Like I get what you're saying to me about your not bearing witness to my belief system and vice versa, right? He said, but he drops him. I learned later on came from Malcolm. He said, but when oppression comes, it ain't gonna come, my man, because I'm a black Christian or you a black Muslim or you a 5%. It's gonna come because you black.
Right.
Because you share that in common. These are prefix and titles that only illustrate the ship you're driving. Because the ideas wake up the people. Right? Because the truth be told, right? If you go back, it's going to tell you to know thyself. Right? On the temple walls in Kemet. Right. Which is now called Egypt. And Egyptos is a Greek term, land of the blacks. Right? That's why they were such a fuss with Dr. George E.M. James. He stole out of the same thing Divine Prince was saying. All right? No, I got no problem with Aristotle, Socrates, Euclid, Pythagoras, Herodotus. I have none of these. They were some bad dudes. But here's my problem. You lied and said you were the father of these sciences. When history best records, you walked to Sudan's house and got the knowledge from him.
That's right, always.
But you lied and said that the queen and him didn't exist, and that's a lie. They a bunch of niggas. How could this nigga teach me anything? See, it wasn't, Plato and Aristotle and them wasn't saying that. The people who wrote about them did. Even though they had their little hints of arrogance in their writings and whatever. But always, and not just there, but the central location, because the world came to us. Right. But what did you do? Just like I said about, it wasn't like the grave. Okay, we had no problem with you wanting to build a building, but then when my family came and said, oh, wait a minute, these were slaves here. nigga, we trying to get this building up. We can't about no. But see, nobody. See, why were you fighting that? Because make no mistake, I told this Rabbi Stein, on the corner of Eastern Parkway in Utica, we're walking to Schenectady. So he said, yes, I understand, He said, we all must band together and, never forget. Man, he threw that on. I said, well, when you say never forget, what do you mean? No, once again, I have to go back here. No, we should never forget what happened to you. That was crazy. That was tragic. But you know what though, Rabbi Stein, you went in a Jew and came out one. Me, I went in Malik and came out Kenny. They raped my mama. They took first, before they did that, took from my brain. Don't you think the language? Don't you speak the language? Put your head down. Right. Don't you do that? And we were disconnected. So you took the very language I spoke from me. You made niggas. And you still at 135 making them now. Yeah, got you. So, look at me like, I said, so we should never forget. He may be trying to jump me. I said, no, because I said, no. But no disrespect. You should never forget. I said, no question. But that paled in comparison.
Of course.
We jumped off ships. I said, and no disrespect. You go to faint. You go to faint. Your people sponsored these ships. The Sephardic Jews. Oh yeah. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah, no question. We read this book. Or that, whatever. But no question, no human family should have to go through that. But no one through the annals of human history ever went through. And slavery is much older than slavery that we're talking about. Right? But none pales in comparison. Because you took the very language, stole the people, transplanted them elsewhere. Because your lazy white ass didn't want to work. And you astronomically made millions to this day on that. Universities and skyscrapers and landmarks. Then you killed my leaders. Listen to this one. I'll give you back the Brown Prince. Kill my leaders. Right? Martin and Malcolm and the father shot him 7 times. They said 6, 7. Wherever they assassinated him in that elevator because you knew, okay, yeah, she's waking them up. Yeah, okay. Ultimately, unfortunately, that was the price that they paid for their lives. Then check out what you did, just like Jesus. Oh, you know what? The very person who pulled the trigger. Let's name Malcolm X Boulevard. Malcolm was a great man. You hated the ground he walked on. You hated the ground Martin walked on, and you didn't like Allah when he woke you up either. And the only reason we got the street because we argued that. You wasn't going to give us that. You definitely wasn't giving us that on that corner, the 5% square. We had to literally come in. It wasn't like, oh, we want to come. And we didn't give because they knew these were some young dudes. Because we were the younger of the team that was around. So, and we wasn't playing. See, Allah taught me peaceful. Yeah, throw your lighters up. Don't. No, he did. He taught us. He gave us the nothing to play with. But he taught you to fight for the truth in which you speak also. Right. And they understood that. They seen that. Then they seen. See, let me say something to you. How you galvanize people. That's why I tell my big brothers from Medina. No. When the truth went there and you're waking them. Wait, they in Brooklyn talking about? Yeah, they're all over talking about the black man's car. In Brooklyn. On the old school. Stone and Reed Avenue. Yeah, what? They over here so whatever? Yeah. Who teaching that? This guy over here calling himself Allah. And then his 5%ers. Oh, hell no, we can't do that, man. He waking them up. Because the the end of the story is this one. I'm teaching the truth and you not. And the truth cuts into his pocket.
Right.
Try to knock your man Jesus in the morphine.
Right.
Make that story.
Right.
I did Martin and Malcolm and them. And I just going back to the story, the reasoning, the difference in this story is we argued that on the corner. Because had we not argued about Allah and just 5% of square, they're not giving you that. And from a man who taught us, listen man, I'm not here to teach, I know the black man's calling the white man the devil. We ain't here to hate and disparage people. We ain't here to do that. In fact, I'm giving flags to people who didn't have the knowledge. Because they're going to take you places. So they seen it, but the enemy ain't caring nothing about that because our lessons teach that. See, that's why he told Shamgar that they were bitten too. They ain't got to wait about no white man. Here come this black dude. So when you a 5%er now? Yeah. Come on, man. You serious? Well, what they gonna do? What they doing? You know what I mean? We had our own people teaching that. So but again, but the root of the teachings is to have the knowledge itself. One that will enable you to be self-sufficient. Right? What are we going to achieve here? What are we teaching? Right? You know what I mean? Yes, no question. You take ownership. Like the God has a book. That's his book here? Oh, yeah, it is? No. Oh, that's that book. Okay, that one too. Give me that one. But like this one is very important. The God has the legacy of our God. All these books that are written by and yet these proven authors, right? The true history of who we are by brothers who walk with them, and then brothers who are still here teaching. Why? So I may not want to be a 5%. We ain't forcing people, but I know their history though. I read that book. I know. Yeah. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Who you say you are? 5%. I don't know about that one, because in chapter 5, the Divine Prince said 5% don't do that. You know, you then? Yeah, yeah. Well, I read this book here. It said what they achieved. You was on the corner selling drugs, boy. Yeah, how you gonna be a large shot? I'm gonna use myself example. You know what I mean?
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.